What if we combine both the metal layers on METAL L-Drago and L-Drago Destroy together? This would technically classify as an illegal combo, but you know what, it doesn't really matter. First, let's take out the metal layer of METAL L-Drago. Then we're going to need the metal layer of L-Drago Destroy. Here's one thing I found out while trying to combine both of these metal layers. Both of these metal layers are actually real and not like a mid-fake one, but they actually are not able to combine with each other, so what you actually need is a mid-fake L-Drago Destroy layer. I guess the mold on the L-Drago Destroy mid-fake is probably just not as good as the real one. To top off the combo, we're going to add a metal faceball onto it. We're going to be testing out two different combos, which the first one will have the left flat tip from METAL L-Drago. This tip overall has some pretty good speed and aggressiveness, but the main issue I'd say is that it's pretty hard to control, which most plastic tips share in common. Our second combo will be using the final survive tip from L-Drago Destroy. This tip has a gimmick where when you first launch, the tip retracts into a flat tip, letting the Beyblade go in an aggressive state. Once the rotation of the Beyblade slows down, the sharp tip pops back up, letting the Beyblade go in a passive state where ideally the left spinning Beyblade can spin steal from the right spinning Beyblade. We're going to be going against 3 levels of defense type Beyblades. First being Twisted Tempo Rubber 145 Rubber Defense Flat, a super tanky Beyblade with low recoil that should be able to absorb a lot of these attacks from L-Drago. The second level will be against Diablo Nemesis Eternal Defense 145 Rubber Semi-Flat. The Diablo Fusion Wheel is the heaviest fusion wheel in Beyblade, and with the addition of the rubber semi-flat tip will make it overall a super tanky Beyblade with extremely high recoil. Level 3 will be against Duo Aquario Boost Disc 145 Rubber Defense Flat with a metal faceball. This Beyblade is basically an upgraded version of the level 1 Beyblade, a heavier, extremely low recoil Beyblade with high defense stats. Let's start the first level against Twisted Tempo using the flat left tip. All the matches will be first to 2 points. By the way, I'm going to be calling this L-Drago Beyblade METAL L-Drago. First round, METAL L-Drago gets a really good knockout and now the score is 1-0. Another simple knockout by L-Drago, and L-Drago passes the first level. I think METAL L-Drago's weight basically overwhelmed Tempo's defense in this match, though it was a really good try. For level 2, we have Diablo Nemesis. Let's see if the weight difference won't matter here. The extremely high recoil on Diablo Nemesis knocks L-Drago out, and now the score is 0-1. Ooh, and METAL L-Drago strikes back with the 2-hit combo and knocks Diablo Nemesis out. Now we're tied match point 1-1. Diablo Nemesis denies the reverse sweep and knocks METAL L-Drago out, grabbing the win. The Diablo Fusion Wheel proved to be extremely valuable in this match as the high recoil basically used L-Drago's swift attacks against itself. Now for level 3, we're going to be going against Duo Aquario, an extremely low recoil Beyblade with high defense stats. METAL L-Drago shoves Duo Aquario to the edge and knocks it out. The score is now 1-0. Duo Aquario decided to take things into its own hands and knocks L-Drago out. The score is now tied with 1-1. METAL L-Drago is acting like a tornado staller here, where the Beyblade rides the rim of the stadium, stalling out the other Beyblade, kind of acting like a pseudo stamina type, where in the end, the Beyblade in the center gets weak enough to get swept out. Aquario manages to spin just a bit longer and takes the win. It was a pretty close battle, but L-Drago couldn't beat level 3. Now, let's try using METAL L-Drago with Final Survive. This tip should be overall really aggressive, but the spin stealing portion will be a bit difficult since METAL L-Drago has no rubber at all. Let's see how it will do against our level 1 Twisted Tempo Beyblade. Just like before, Twisted Tempo gets knocked out by L-Drago, and now the score is 1-0. Surprisingly, the final survive tip managed to outlast the rubber defense flat tip, which I guess that's just the major difference between the weight. Twisted Tempo hasn't been doing so well. I guess the weight difference is just too huge, as though even it has a rubber tip, it's just not tanky enough to fight against Metal L-Drago. Now let's see if Metal L-Drago with Final Survive can go against level 2 Diablo Nemesis. What explosive hit! The first round goes to a tie. Looks like Final Survive will get its chance to be activated in this battle, and let's see if Final Survive can actually outlast the other Beyblade. L-Drago wins the second round with the sleep out, and now the score is 1-0. Now that was an extremely satisfying knockout to win the match. Let's show a replay of L-Drago's consecutive hits. That was a 5 consecutive hit combo, and overall a clean 2-0 for the Metal L-Drago with Final Survive. It seems like this time around the sharp tip portion on Final Survive actually allowed it to win the stamina battle. And now for the final level once again, can it beat Duo Aquario this time around with the Final Survive tip? I'm going to take this time to ask you guys to consider joining the Discord server. The link is in the video description, and I'll be taking more combo requests there as well. And if you have any questions in general about Beyblades, this is probably the best place to ask me. Looking back while making Duo Aquario, I might have made this Beyblade a bit too strong, as the energy ring Aquario is the heaviest energy ring out there, and adding a metal faceball and the Duo fusion wheel will pretty much make this a super tanky Beyblade. Then we have to consider that we also have the boost disc spin track and a rubber tip, which basically adds on more resistance onto this Beyblade. The score is now 1-0 for Duo Aquario. Metal L-Drago has 2 win conditions. The first win condition is to be able to knock the other Beyblade out. Unfortunately, it looked like it barely even budged Duo Aquario. Now it's resorting to the second win condition, which is outlasting it. Let's see if it can manage to win. And there's your answer. Duo Aquario is just maybe a bit too good, and it wins with a 2-0 scoreline. Metal L-Drago with Final Survive was able to sweep through Twisted Tempo and Diablo Nemesis, but got absolutely crushed by Duo Aquario. What do you guys think? Should I have done anything differently? And in your opinion, was the Final Survive tip better or the left flat tip? Let me know in the comments.